We don't do that as often for the younger age. Several years ago, we did Willy Wonka, and I did direct and choreograph that, and it was so much fun. Musicals are a really different form because you need a music director and a choreographer and a regular director, plus all the people that do costumes and props and all set and things like that. So it adds a work level that sometimes is not sustainable to do every year. The high school is who we partner with. Most years they do a musical. Because of COVID, they did not this year. Singing, not good. So it's really fun when I get to work on a musical with the high school because they do have a music director and they have the director of the show. And so then I'm strictly choreographing. And that inspiration comes from a lot of watching videos online, seeing what other choreographers have done with it, and seeing what it looked like on Broadway, for example, or on other stages and in other places. So it's it's a visual inspiration for me, and just kind of seeing how other people have interpreted the music to turn it into dance. Budget is a gigantic part of it, and when we're working with directors here at the Merc, we do try and give them a real honest budget before they begin, because sometimes it can constrain an artist if they don't feel like they have enough money. There are people who direct here who are fantastic at seeing it as a new challenge, like a fun thing that makes it more entertaining and more interesting for them. That, like, okay, I've got to get my inspiration from zero budget, because we do have budget limitations. And we will tell directors, and I know when I'm a director, that you can move the pieces of your budget. If you decide that you want to spend most of the money on your costumes because you just really want the costumes to be really good, then you've got to kind of pull back on some of the other parts of production that get expensive, like set pieces. So something that's become more popular across the nation, not just in our own theater, is sort of more suggestive set pieces. It's become less popular, even when you go to New York City and see shows on Broadway or off Broadway, to build an entire house on stage, for example. It's not sustainable. All of that gets thrown away at the end of a production. You try and reuse as much of materials as you can. But it's becoming more sustainable to just put the chairs on stage and not build the entire wall structure that goes around them, or, whatever bookcase you have to have. It doesn't have to have 753 books on it. It's a suggestion of a bookcase, and the audience is willing to fill in the rest with their imagination. So we do kind of try to do things as sort of, sustainably and eco as we can here, and not build things that are not going to be reusable ever again, and to use the suggestion of the set as much as possible. We were going to do a production in 2020 called Lungs, and it is all about our global situation. And it's a couple who's trying to decide whether it's responsible to have a child or not. Because of their footprint in this world, and it's sort of a story within a story about theater, and how you create these babies, and they're your child, and you have this big show, and it has this massive footprint because there is the lighting and the electricity to consider in a theater, and so ecologically theater can really be a big item, and we throw so much away. So this show Lungs is intentionally written, no set, no props, nothing. The actors can use nothing but their bodies. And there's just the one costume that they come on stage in. And so you only have to wear one outfit, but it spans their lifetime. The play spans their lifetime, and you have to learn where they are based on their dialogue. And I was really excited about being able to do that show in 2020 because I thought it was just a great commentary on, our global situation, and recycling, and what we create on stage, and when it just gets thrown away. And so it's, yes, budget is something that is always being considered, but sometimes it can be the birth of the creativity, right, that you're limited in what you can build or create.